All right, everyone, welcome back into another props video. Going to be touching on the top prop bets on both Underdog and PrizePicks today across all the sports. We've got NBA, college basketball, NFL, NCAA football as well, some NHL as well. So we're going to have a lot of good prop bets to go in on. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So I do want to start with Underdog. We are getting some good prop bets there, and I do think it's a good starting point. EV-wise, we're getting some great ones. So all I'm doing is going to the Underdog 9 to 5 cheat sheet, clicking EV only, and we can see right off the bat we are getting some good props. Gabe Davis for over 31.5 receiving yards. That's the best bet that we currently have. Marvin Mims Jr. for under 1.5 receptions. That's the second best one that we have. I mean, 55% likelihood for those two. Love to see that. From there, we got Zeke for under his receptions, 4.5. To me, guys, I don't know if that's one I love because Stevenson has been ruled out. So with Stevenson out, I kind of expect Zeke to still be involved in the passing game. We got Isaiah Likely for over 3.5 receptions. That is going to be one that I do like. Alex Ovechkin for over his shot attempts. We can see projected at 4.1. To me, that's one of my favorite ones right now for Underdog. Brock Purdy rush attempts. I don't know if we exactly need to do that. We got another decent NHL prop. I mean, guys, the board is pretty loaded right now for Underdog. Let's go ahead and take a peek at PrizePicks, and I'll be getting into the specific sports a little bit more. We can see college football wise, we have some edges here. Okay. All in all, I don't like that the projection data isn't exactly green. Now I know it's bowl season. There's a lot of weird stuff that goes on with playing time and whatnot. I could see why the projection data would be off, and I can also see why the sports bet data would be off as well, because a lot of these teams we haven't really seen. All in all, if you want to pass up on the college football props, you can. We are maybe potentially gaining a huge edge or just not having any at all. Again, it's more difficult college football bowl season because players are transferring, players just don't want to play, and it's weird. So let's kind of move on. We got Nick Claxton over 22.5 points, rebounds, and assists. I do like that one. Okay. We got Matthew for over shots on goal at 3, projected to get 4.3. So that's seemingly a very good one as well. Marvin Mims Jr. again, one of my favorite ones that's still there. I'm a little bit shocked by it on both sides. Really, is going to be Joshua Palmer for over 3.5 receptions. I don't really get why that one's still there. We got Terry Rozier over 2.53. Tyler Algier over 8.5 rush attempts. I mean, we just have a ton, guys. It is loaded, absolutely loaded for this Saturday slate. And so it's going to be more difficult to know actually which ones to go on the most, because like yesterday when I was doing my video, we didn't have this many good prop bets. We had like 2, not even. And so today we are already getting a plethora of good options. So honestly, the most difficult part is kind of figuring out which ones you like the most. I do want to get into NBA specifically, so let's go ahead and jump into that. So just looking at the PrizePicks 9 to 5 cheat sheet right now, the Nick Claxton prop is going to be the best one that we are currently getting. Now, this is partially, I think, due to the matchup with Detroit. He did just come off of a great game against Denver. The concern with him is that we know that his minutes are limited. Okay, that is a very big concern. But against Detroit, especially with Jalen Duren still out, it's just an easy matchup, and I do expect him to be able to take advantage of it. So at 22.5 for the line for points, rebounds, and assists, that is one that he should be able to take advantage of. From there, we're getting a couple of other good prop bets. Damian Lillard for over fantasy score is the best one, though. Okay, so the average sportsbook line would kind of have his over set at 41 at minus 124, so about a 53.6% likelihood. When we adjust it down for the line at 40, there's a slight edge. And if we look at Lillard, he has been playing much better. The chemistry has been much better for the Bucks and Lillard. Like at the start of the season, when these teams first met, it wasn't exactly there, and he did have a great 40 DraftKings points, which he had 4 turnovers, so a little bit lower than that for PrizePicks. Did have a steal, so it's not too bad. Like he got the over there in that game, PrizePicks wise. And then the next game against the New York Knicks, 47 DraftKings points in that, again would have got the over here on PrizePicks. So all in all, I do feel like that is kind of a starting point. Now, I mentioned in my preview video that I did think I want to be on like Jalen Brunson and possibly Julius Randle. Jalen Brunson in this matchup is appealing to me, guys. I want to take a peek at his fantasy score, 39.5. Now, that is pretty high. Okay, the first game against Milwaukee, he did not get that over. The first game against Milwaukee, he did get the over. The second game, he did not. So all in all, maybe a little bit too thin for someone like Jalen Brunson, but for Damian Lillard, I'm perfectly fine betting the over. We got Devin Vassell for over 2.5 3-ball attempts. Again, this matchup with Detroit is going to be a good matchup. The question that we have with really the Spurs right now is going to be minutes, but we can see he has been someone that has been getting the minutes and has been getting the 3-ball attempts up. I mean, the lowest over like the past month for him was 2 games ago against Milwaukee. That game was kind of a blowout, kind of I don't know, it's just kind of surprising they didn't get up more 3-ball attempts. That was his lowest 3-ball attempts though, really this season, but over the past month for sure. And so we can bank on him getting 8 3-ball attempts up again. Like that is a low 3-ball percentage being made, and most of the time those 3-ball shots are pretty wide open. So that is another good one that I think we can get behind. And then we're looking at Chris Middleton over points, rebounds, and assists. So this is one that they bumped up from 23.5 because at a 55% likely to hit. Right now it's about 53.95. Definitely fine betting the over there. That one feels like a pretty good prop bet as well. From there, what other prop bets can we be looking at? I don't mind Kobe White for over 4.5 rebounds. That one does seem to be like a pretty solid bet that we are getting. RJ Barrett under fantasy score, it's okay. I do want to mention with RJ Barrett, very much shot dependent there. Tough to really trust him. Here's a very interesting bet that we are getting. Isaac Okoro for under rebounds and assists at 7.5. Underdog has already bumped that down to 7. To me, that's kind of fascinating because I don't see like that being a prop bet where Underdog is really losing a big edge there. So I don't know. I'm a little bit fascinated by them changing that line. Another one that we are seeing, Josh Hart, 5.5 rebounds. Underdog has already bumped that up to 6. Again, I don't see that being an edge that they're losing there. It's just kind of fascinating to me that is occurring. So yeah, we have a decent amount of NBA props. We'll go ahead and take a peek at college basketball as well. So for college basketball, we really aren't getting any edges too much. I mean, this one is fine. Bello for under 27.5 fantasy score. We can see though, the average sportsbook line would have it set at 27.5 as well. So yeah, just not the best. I mean, the projection data isn't loving the over there. So yeah, all in all, if we needed to place that bet, we could, but again, we have a big awesome board today. I don't know if we exactly need to do that today. So let's go ahead and move on into maybe the discrepancies, again, seeing if we're getting any big edges there. What was it, the FIFA one from earlier in the week? That was awesome, where we're getting like a full shot and a half difference. That typically doesn't happen. Right now we are getting some differences. Tanner Hudson, 9.5 receiving yards. That's a big one. Tyler Boyd, 8.5 receiving yards. That might not seem significant, but that does add up, guys. That is something you can definitely take advantage of. T. Higgins receiving yards, that's only 2. Jalen Warren, 13 rush yards. That's a big difference there as well. So there are seemingly some good edges there. Just whether or not you guys see those as good ones, that's going to be up to you guys. I am actually curious. Let's take a peek at really non-NFL prop bets to see if we're getting any edges there. Not really passes. There's a 1 pass difference. That's about it. So yeah, let's go ahead and move on into just NFL in general. Just taking a peek at that, seeing if we're getting any big edges there on both PrizePicks and Under. Yeah, so right now, guys, looking at the NFL sheet, we currently have the Demon Goblin standard in there. Right now, if you want to toss in these two, Deontay Johnson for receiving yards at 24.5 with a free square, potentially like the Kevin Durant free square, I'm okay with that. It's an extreme discount. You're basically giving yourself a 94.5% likelihood for that one to hit. That is crazy, obviously. Like, you're not going to get those odds anywhere else. Jake Ferguson, also a very good one there as well. Personally, I don't like recommending those because the payout is just not going to be as good. So we just take a peek at the standard ones that we are getting. And when we do that, we can see we are getting some pretty decent projected edges there. All in all, most of those are going to be in kind of just yardage differences. And I don't exactly love going in on those too much. Again, like one of the better ones that we're going to get, I think NFL wise, is going to be Marvin Mims Jr. for under 1.5 receptions. That is seemingly going to be a good one. We also are getting Hill for tackles and assists at 55% likely to hit. That's a good one as well. All right, so going on and get into the bet of the day. Now, I am going to be showing you guys this one. This is currently the best bet slip that I think we can build for the day today. Now, I am worried that these are going to get bumped, so I'll show you guys a different slip that you can run out if they get bumped. Again, that's typically why I like the fantasy score props, because 1, they're the best edge that we have, and 2, they don't really get bumped throughout the day. And so here would be a slightly better one. Again, I don't know if these are going to get bumped throughout the day or not. I'm assuming not, especially for Lillard fantasy score. And then these two have been out there for quite some time, to the point where I don't see them getting bumped. Same thing for Claxton. Like, this one's been out there for quite some time, and typically PrizePicks is fast to respond. So all in all, I think these ones won't get bumped. So all in all, I'm happy to give you guys these as a bet of the day, hoping that they don't get bumped. Like yesterday, a lot of the prop bets got bumped. But that's going to be all for today's video. Make sure to give a like and subscribe so you're not missing out on all this great coverage. Thank you guys for being here. If you guys want access to the 905sports.com PrizePicks and Underdog cheat sheet, it's available for just $10 a month. Let's have a good slate today. And as always, let's keep cashing.